Hi, I'm Allie. Join me as I show you how to use a Sharpie and a Bic pen to make these cute wire diva earrings. You can use lots of different materials for this, and this is just a great way to show you how to make forms. If you need any materials, go ahead and look below the video in the description. We'll list them there for you to get back to our website if you need any wire or beads. Gather up your materials and let's get started. So we're starting out our diva earrings here, and you can see she kind of looks like a diva as you're looking at her with her hair going to the side and her body there. We're going to be using some Sharpie and Bic pens for this design. If you don't have those, you can use anything. This is going to be an 8mm, a 6mm pearl that we're going to catch in with 24 gauge wire. If you don't have that, you can just cut off the end of your head pins here. And we are going to be using 4 head pins and a couple seed beads and 2mm pearls. To begin, I have a Sharpie marker and a Bic pen. So really simple writing utensils. And the first thing that we're going to do is take our Sharpie marker and we are going to bend our wire equally around the Sharpie. So just kind of watch while you're doing it here. Make sure you have your wire equally bent around the Sharpie. Crisscross the wires on the top of the Sharpie, keeping the wire pretty tight there. Grab your Bic pen, set it right on top of the Sharpie, and we are going to bend the wire the opposite way. This is really hard to do to stay on film, but you're bending one to the front, one to the back, and down towards that marker. Now you want your wires to end pretty much near the bottom or base of that wire, so you want to equal them out to make sure that your diva's hair matches in length. From here, we're going to take it off our pens, and you can see you have that kind of interacting and your lady's hair is down there at the bottom. What we're going to do first actually is connect our bead here. You can see that you have enough room actually for a 14mm bead if you have a big one that you want to pull in there. And then we're going to put a 6mm bead on top. Here at the top of our diva, we are going to pull her hair to the sides, kind of crisscrossing, and then roll up the ends of her wire. I'm going to start again with some 24 gauge wire, but if you don't have that, you can use your head pins. And I'm going to cut just a piece that's about 1.5 inches long and pull that through the 8mm bead. Down here along the bottom, I'm going to take this and I'm wrapping the wire through that big loop here at the bottom. I want to pull this nice and tight, and I'm taking the wire so that it's building up, that the coils as I'm doing it, and you can grab it if you want to through here with your round nose pliers. As you're doing it, the coils are going again upward. When we do the top pearl, the coils will go down. After 3 wraps there, I'm going to take my plier and just kind of pinch that together. Go to the opposite side here and do the exact same thing. You can move the hair out of the way a little bit if you need to. Taking that wire, and this shorter piece actually is easier, through once and around the back there, through twice and around. And that will put that look of those 3 pieces of wire right there along the piece. You want them to sit equally, so you're just going to kind of pull that out to the side before pushing the wire to the back of the piece. And I know I have my jawed pliers here. You can use your nylon jawl if you want to. I'm not super worried about making marks on the 24 gauge wire. I'm bending them towards the back. That one ended there. This one I'm going to cut down so that it ends right along the back there. And just kind of pinch that in. And I want those wires to sit equally on the sides, looking nice. Now we're going to grab our pearl and do the same thing. This time with our pearl, we need to make a little bit more room. So to do so, we're going to spread our lady out a little bit there. Separating out, and you can pull her hair out of the way if you need to. Grab another small piece of your 24 gauge wire. 1 inch will do, 1.5 inches. Go through your pearl. Put your pearl right on top of your bead here. And this time again, what we're doing is we're coiling down. So we're taking the wire through the middle there. Coiling the wire down once. Pulling it through twice. Again, coiling down. And 3 times. And then flipping it, kind of pinching it towards the back there. Now I'm going to put my pearl in place. Grab that wire. See how that wire wants to go to the back? We want that wire in the front. So I'm going to kind of bend it here, push it towards the front because I always start my wire towards the front and I want them to sit the same and equal. So here towards the front, I'm going to bring my wire out on the top, grab, make sure there's no extra wire showing there. If you want to, you can even cut this down to make it a little bit easier to pull through. And I tend to like to pull through a form if I'm doing any sort of wire wrapping with my round nose pliers. They get in there the easiest because of their small top jaw. Make sure again that that wire is going towards the bottom, because whatever way I put my wire on one side, I like to put my wire the same on the opposite side so I get that same look to it. Once I have that in my 3 wraps, I'm going in and I'm going to take my wire cutter and just cut it down close towards the project, flat side toward the project. And I'm just kind of pinching in towards the interior, so the pliers and the wire aren't going anywhere. See how this one's still moving a little bit? What you can do is flatten out the wire a tiny bit along the sides, and that'll keep it from moving along the piece. From here, we're going to roll up our hair. So again, we want to make sure that we have equal pieces. This one's just a tiny bit longer. We're going to go in with our round nose pliers where we can see the wire, but we can't feel the wire there. And we are going to start rounding out our Diva's hair, almost like Pippi Longstocking here, rolling up towards the top. I'm going to switch over to the other side. Same exact thing. Hold it where I can see it, but I can't feel it. Use my round nose pliers to just roll up her hair there. And as her hair gets out towards the sides, I'm going to put my round nose plier in the middle here to hold it, and I'm going to bend her hair down. You can even hold there with your hands. And see how her hair just kind of went to the side? I'm going to pull it out just ever so slightly more. And then I'm going to grab 2 jump rings. The jump rings that I'm getting are a thicker 8mm and then a smaller 4 or 5. Doesn't really matter the size that you're using. It's completely up to you. You can keep the Diva exactly like she is, or you can give her a little bit of extra hair and some bangs here, which is what I'm going to do. Grabbing a head pin. And the first thing I'm going to do is put one of my pearls on my head pins. Put the pearl down to the base of the head pin, hold the pearl, turn the wire to the side, go over the top of the round nose pliers, switch from the top jaw to the bottom jaw, and then because it's thin wire, I'm going to coil around. If you need more help with those coiled eye pins, I have lots of videos, which you can check out on our channel here, showing you how to go in and to do these techniques. So lots of wire videos. Going in here now, we are going to bend that wire, go over the top, switch from the top jaw to the bottom jaw, and coil down on that one as well. Once we're done coiling, we're going to snip that extra wire. There's 1 and 2. We have 2 more to do here. One I did with just the pearl. We'll do a second one of that. And a second one here where that turquoise seed bead that matches the Czech glass 8mm bead kind of sits on the top as well, bringing the color and the focus up. 1 more to go, just with one of my little pearls. Gather one of the little pearls here further down on my bead mat and stick that in. And these little 2mm pearls can be a pain sometimes to get on your head pins. You can use whatever size or an 8/0 seed bead even in that pearl color. Same thing here, go in, make my head pin small and tiny, cut that off, and then I have my little head pins or my little bangs that are going to hang down in front of my wire Diva. Now I'm going in and I'm going to use my bigger jump ring here. I'm going to open up that bigger jump ring. I'm going to stick my bangs for my Diva onto that jump ring. I'm going to stick all of them there. I want those bangs to stay to the front of the design, and then I'm going to go through those 2 pieces of wire and up towards the top. Since this ring is already open, I'm going to put on the ring that's not open that will attach to my ear wire and then close up that jump ring. When you close up the jump ring, you want to go past where you think it's actually going to close. You can use your needle nose pliers for that. Go into the jump ring at the top, open up your ear wire, sliding it to the side, put your Diva on so her bangs are facing towards the front here. And once she's on there through the jump ring, you're going to close that up and see how some of the bangs made it to the back. I'll switch them to the front. Close it up. And that finishes off your Diva Wire earrings. The key to getting wire working to look nice is to use things like forms like the Sharpie markers, or even pencils work well, knitting needles, and to be consistent. So whatever you do on one side, you do on the other side as well. And these wire divas turned out super cute. Thanks so much for joining me in creating these fun little wire diva earrings. Remember, you can use lots of different materials for it. If you do need any supplies, go ahead and look below the video in the description, and we'll put the list there and the links for the 16 and the 24 gauge wire, etc. Remember, you can also always share your pictures of your diva earrings in our Facebook group for beading and jewelry making. If you're not a member there, ask to join. The inspiration in the community is amazing. As always, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more inspirational videos.